Hello guys, it's GMAX from GMAX Studios, and today we're going to be working on this beautiful image. Before I continue, I hope you're doing fine and I hope everything is going on great over there. Alright, I shot this image sometime last year, and up until today I have worked on some piece, but because of today's tutorial I had to bring it up. And like you can see here, we shot this on the Canon EOS 70 Mark II, and this image was actually one of my best shots last year and really went very viral. Okay, so before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Ronix Photography. He is a great YouTuber. He did a tutorial video, also a tutorial video on the last image we worked on, and do well to check it out. It was actually beautiful. He actually did some retouching, and then he did some color grading. So if you can, go subscribe to his channel and then follow up on his tutorials. All right, we are going to get back into the business of the day. We have this beautiful image here, and I'm going to be fixing this image from our camera raw, process it on our camera raw to our Photoshop frequency separation, and then we're going to fix a whole lot on this image. So stay tuned and enjoy. All right, we're going to start with reducing our highlight on this image, because we just want the concentration on her, not on the sky or any other thing. So we just highlight. So for me, I will increase the shadow to be able to reveal those dark places, and then because we reduced these highlights, we're going to bring up the white, and then a little bit, I'll just do a little bit of reduction on the blacks because of the shadows that were increased, right? And then if I would want to work on my textures based on the image is looking too soft, I'm going to be increasing this up. I boost this up, and then I'll add a little bit of my clarity to 7. Okay, I think that's fine. Then I see the sky is looking too dull. I would want to twist a bit and then give it a good feel. So I would actually go to my blue on my huge on my color mixer panel here, and then I will change it to the blue to and shift it towards the left, and then to have this cyan kind of color, and then I will shift this orange here, so to have this orange and teal feel a bit on the sky, and then on her tie, and then some places on her dress and the rest of it. So I think this is before. So you just click on your P, it takes you to before, and then your after, before and after. I think you have done good work on this. So I think that's fine for this image. That's fine for this image. But before I go on, I would want to use my selection tool, my adjustment selection tool on my camera, and then I'll just pick this guy up, and then I want to increase the brightness there, because it seems my light didn't get to that point. So I think I'm good. I'll open up this image. Okay, this was the image I was trying to work on before I needed to start this recording. All right, so we're going to crop this. For me, I will have to crop this. So normally I would want to work with my 4.8.10. That's 4:5. So if you want to post for Instagram, you want to work with this or this most preferably for if I'm working on setting up my profile picture, and I want to do a profile picture setting. I would want to work with the square meter. So but for today I'm using this. All right, so that's that for our camera raw. So if you actually like this video, please do well to like the video, do well to comment on it, and do well to subscribe to see more videos that will be dropping on the channel. Okay, all right, we're good for that. Now before I continue, I'm going to give you a quick hack on how to fix the texture of this image, because from what we've seen here, we're having more texture on the hand than on the face. So possibly the camera picked a focus point on this hand, and then we're having some blurred out parts on these hands, the other part of the hands, and then the face. So for us to be able to fix that, what we are going to do is quickly we are going to duplicate this layer, and then I'm going to just name this normal. Okay, and then we're going to name this vivid light. Okay, because of this part, it might make the video longer, but it's for your own good and to help you be able to do more on Photoshop. All right, I'm going to actually click on Ctrl I or Command I to invert this, and once I do that, I will then go to my vivid light. Then we now have this gray layer all over the image. Then we're going to go to filter, then we go to convert to smart. We're going to convert it to smart filters, right? Then we go to blur, then we go to Gaussian blur. Now on my Gaussian blur, now note that your Gaussian blur, this is like a secret I learned recently on using your blur to add texture to your image. How to use blur to add texture. Possibly I would do a detailed video on just this, maybe a breakdown on most of the things that we might be talking about here in some other episodes of videos and so on. So we're going to reduce this. So I think for me, I will use 2. 2 is fine. No, not 12. 2. All right, 2 is fine. Then I would select on this and then select on this by holding either my command or my shift, and then I'll do Ctrl G, or I could as well just drag it down here and then it groups the layers for me. Then I'll change this from pass to overlay. Now see what happens. Voila, we have this image looking all sharp and crispy. Now using that technique, see the after and then see the before, then this is the after, right? So we are going to group this. We don't want it everywhere, we just want it on those places that we're trying to fix. So we're going to invert it using the power of layer max. This is one of the guys I respect so much in Photoshop. All right, so we're going to use the white and then opacity 100, flow 100, and then we're going to just brush on what we want to review. So I'm after the face. Yes. Now I don't think I want to do it too much on the lips, because her lips should be looking soft and succulent. So you don't want to make it too harsh on the lips. Okay, all right. I think I'm okay. That I could just reduce my flow, my opacity on my brush, and then just brush here and just add a bit of it since the face has been worked on. Okay, so that's that. Then I'll quickly just reduce this. I don't want it too much. I'll reduce this, the opacity. I think about 60 should be fine. So this is before, this is after. Okay, all right. So we've been able to add a bit of texture to our image to be able to give us what we want in our retouching process. So all right, that's that. So I will not be needing this anymore, because once I do my frequency separation, I can't come back again. So I'll just merge it. That's Ctrl E or Command E. So I've done my merge for this, and then I'll start my frequency separation. Now note that frequency separation has different technique. Fixing your image or retouching has different technique, and one of the two basic technique under your frequency separation, we have the selective method, and then we have the mixer brush method. There might be more methods out there that photographers use, but for me, I know these two methods and I know them to an extent. All right, or to like it very well. All right, we're going to be duplicating this layer, and today I'm going to be using the mixer brush method. That's the method I'll be using to fix this image. I'm going to duplicate this layer, Ctrl J, and then I'm going to name this the high frequency, and then I'm going to name this the low frequency. All right, so for today frequency separation is actually separating the textures from the colors. So note that your low frequency is your color, and then your high frequency is your texture. So by doing that, by knowing that, then we can continue with frequency separation. I would actually off the visibility of my high frequency by toggling this off, or toggle this off, and then I'm going to leave this on. Then I'll go to my blur. Okay, on my filters, I go to blur, I go to Gaussian Blur, and then I would pick. Now note that every texture that is being taken away from your low frequency is preserved on your high frequency, on your texture layer. So I'm going to take away lots of that. Okay, I think I'm fine. I think I like this. Okay, last time before we started the frequency separation, I actually removed my blemishes. Today I decided to do it differently. So I'm going to do it a different way today. So before we do that, let us fix. So we have picked 4 for that, for our low frequency. Then we go back to our high frequency, we select on that, and then we go to image, and then we pick apply image. And then note that our apply image will be, the merge would be changed, the layers will be changed from merge to low frequency. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to merge the 2 layers to form the background layer. So this will be our low frequency channel. Leave it at RGB. Don't click on this. Don't pick that. Then you're going to go your blending option. We're going to pick subtract. Normally it's going to be on maybe normal or something, but we're going to pick subtract. Then scale to offset 128, opacity 100, and then you leave this, you don't tick that. So we're going to click OK, and then we now change this to linear light. All right. Okay, so like I was saying, now we would want to remove these blemishes. Now all hope is not lost. Many a time we start our frequency separation, and then we feel so bad because we forgot to do the blemish remover. So today we're going to be doing it differently. We're going to actually pick our clone stamp tool, and then we're going to fix our blemishes. Now remember, like what I said, our texture layer is the high frequency layer. So now from all indication, we have just colors here. We just have colors here. We have less textures here. So now I would actually go to my high frequency and then fix that up. Now before I do that, let me group this layer. Ctrl G, right? And then I'm going to name it frequency separation, or let's just do FQ, right? So this is our group FQ. So note that when these 2 image combines, it's supposed to give you your background layer. So if I off this and I'm not getting the same as the background layer, then I have done something wrong. So please also check that, so that you will not start brushing and then notice that you have a lot of errors that has not been fixed. So I guess I'm getting exactly what I'm having on my background. So yes, we can go on. All right, so I will remove the blemishes on my skin using my clone stamp tool. So I will sample and then I'll cover. There may be some places where I don't want to see some part of this hair. I could take them off on my texture layer. All right, if you know that you've benefited from the first part of the video, the camera roll, please do well to sub the video, go like the video, comment, and then do well to subscribe to see more videos that will be coming from this channel. Okay, all right, so I think that's the bed mark, so let's just leave that. All right, if you have any questions, please, you can also drop them on the comment, and then we'll do well to answer you either one-on-one, or we'll do a video on it. So if there's any issue you're having, any challenges you're having on your retouching or whatsoever, on your Photoshop, on your retouching, your grading and all, you can do also comment, and then we'll try to fix that. Okay, we're done with the blemish remover. So we're going to off our high frequency. Okay, for our last video we actually did something that I would want to review to you guys, why I actually did that, and I got a lot of questions regarding that, regarding why I actually would off my high frequency layer for me to work on my low frequency. Yes, I actually did it intentionally because what I'm trying to do right now is see where my colors falls. I don't want to be distracted with my texture. I don't want to be distracted with what's happening around on my texture layer. I just want to see everything that's happening on my low frequency. So that is my point of focus. So on my low frequency, I will off the high frequency and then just want to see the colors because I'm trying to manipulate the colors right now. So I would pick up my mixer brush and then I would use my setting, my mixer brush for my setting. I'll be using wet to load. I'll be using 40, then my mix 40, then I would use flow 40, and then this would be 10, and then this would be 0. Please make sure that you toggle this off. Normally it's going to be on, so you toggle this off so that you will not use a selected color. Here you can use any color. Maybe if I want to use white, I can use white, and then I just brush. But no, I don't want to do that right now. What I want to do now is brush using the colors that are here, mix the colors that are here. That's why it's a mixer brush. So I use it to mix the colors that are here to be able to give me a blend. And one of the best secret of using a mixer brush is understanding where your shadow falls and where your light, your midtones falls, and then where your highlight falls. Once you're able to identify these three things, you'll be able to brush with your mixer brush very well. And then also it's important you understand facial structures, so that where your shadows are, most of the times you can even guide it to that direction to be able to give your face the shape it needs to be able to get the best out of that image. So all right, we're going to be we'll start the brushing right now. So we would be brushing this. Okay, so I will actually stay on my shadows, right? Let me cause a blend there. Then I would also remember to work with your brush. Don't just carry any brush and then just be brushing and brushing and brushing. What I actually do is, okay, you can actually see my hands right now, but I'm having one hand on my mouse and then I'm having one hand on my bracket key, open and close, to be able to increase and reduce depending on where I'm working on. Okay, all right, I'm brushing this. Okay, all right, we're doing well. Okay, I'm actually trying to take my time because despite the fact that I'm actually doing this for YouTube or doing this as a tutorial, I would actually want to post this image later on my Instagram page. So if you want to check me out on Instagram, my personal page is GMAX. So if in case you need to see who is actually doing this, I'm there. So all right, I've actually brushed this. So I'm planning to host a masterclass soon. Plan to host a masterclass for as many persons that would be interested in actually taking their photography to, or their portrait photography to the next level. And yes, it's going to be online so that we have everybody benefiting, not like the last time that we had trainings were for just people in our locality, and a lot of persons were interested, but we couldn't just reach out to them, and we're so sorry for that. So we are trying to do something in regards to that. Okay, so we would rush on this. And personally, I would really need your support. We're trying to grow this, and then to reach out to as many young persons as possible, as many old persons as possible, as many persons that are actually trying to get into the photography world and they are struggling with their editing process. So we have plans to bring out more videos. So if you can, please share these videos, share the link, share the page, help us publicize this to get to more persons. Okay, all right. Now, like I said, I'm actually working on colors. So I'll be mixing colors. So now we are going to actually see why I call it colors here. Now we are seeing two colors here. We're having this very light color and then we're having a darker tone here. But I would not want to see this on the skin because I don't like it. And I believe the model will not like it, and I know your client will like it either. So we're going to fix it. How are we going to fix it? We're going to move the tones. Now we're going to choose where we want these tones to fall. That's why I love the mixer brush. Unlike the selective method, possibly we're just going to come here and then we're just going to select and then we add our blur. But no, for the mixer brush method, we're not going to do it that way. Rather, we are going to use our mixer brush and then we are going to correct the tones by pushing these lighter tones to the darker tones. So if you wanted to push the darker ones, the lighter ones is your choice. But for me, I want to create a blend. So I've been able to do that. Okay, now before I continue, I would advise that while you work, I guess I didn't mention that. Try to turn your frequency on and off to be able to see what you're doing so that you will not do a lot of work and then at the end of the day you just tend to see that it's all misleading. So okay, I've been able to fix that on that part of the hand. So we're still going to come here. Let's just fix that. So we are going for this tutorial. We are going to have a part one, a part two, and a part three for this image. So do well to subscribe and check it out. After this part of the frequency separation, once we are done with frequency separation, the next section that will be coming up is how to actually do skin toning. That's when I mean skin toning is, now let's say I was actually using the selective method on this skin and I would want to fix all this dark spot here. I can actually do it with skin toning, and then there are some points even on this face I will still do skin toning to be able to blend the skin because the skin is not looking even. What we're having here is not what we are actually having here. So that's why skin toning is very, 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 very important. Okay, so let's continue with our brushing. Okay, so I'm going to stay on my shadows, just stay on my shadows to brush them and try not to spill out. Okay, I believe that you can also take more time to retouch your own image and get what you want. Okay, so all right, So we've been able to fix this up using our mixer brush. So what do you guys think? So this is our before, and these are after. These are before, these are after. Okay, now today I'm going to be doing a different this thing, like I said earlier. So I can still come back and actually do some fix. That's on my texture layer. So I'll click on my texture layer, and then there are some things I will want to take away from here. Like I'm seeing some of this. Yeah, so I will want to take it away. I just don't want it. So yeah, I just don't want it there. Yes, I don't. Okay, now it looks as if I think I shot this when it was the dry season, so it seems the model leaves was breaking, or possibly I don't know. Maybe it was actually breaking, maybe sweat or something. But it's been a long time I actually shot this. And yes, we didn't really use any big light like that. We used the Godox 850 speed light that has the battery. Okay, all right. So yes, all right, we've been able to retouch this image from start to finish. Okay, before I end this video, I would want to actually do a little touching on the glasses. Yes, I want to retouch these glasses. Now fear not, don't worry, I'm protected. My texture layer is there for me. Okay, so these are before and these are after. These are before, these are after. So if you love this video, please do well to like, comment, share, and lastly subscribe. All right, till we come to you again from GMAX Studios. We love you and we say keep doing great. Thank you.